Made a meal and threw it up on Sunday. I've got a lot of things to learn. Made a meal and threw it up on Sunday. I've got a lot of things to learn. So here's a quick video about how to sing like Liam Gallagher's of Oasis. Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Yup. So there's a lot of videos about how to make the guitar sound like Oasis, Noel Gallagher's guitar sound, or write a song like Oasis. But I didn't see a lot of like how to sing like Liam Gallagher. And maybe because people don't think that his singing is good, or maybe think that it's just like it's kind of like squeeze your voice. Maybe that might be the only. But the thing is, in my personal opinion, whenever Liam sings, there's something special to it, more so than Noel, in my opinion. I mean, Noel is a great singer, obviously one of the best singer-songwriter. But when it comes to Liam, there's something special. There's special sauce when the way he sings it. If I summarize it, it's like one word, it's the attitude. The attitude mixed with Oasis music behind it, it just becomes like something special. And I'm not a vocal coach. I'm not here to like criticize, but I'm here to learn, to sing like Liam. Some may find this video pretty annoying because I'm going to actually try some of it. And it could it could become a comic bit, but I don't care. If I learn something, that'll be awesome. And if you're like a vocal coach, or if you have like tips on how to improve my singing, feel free to add a comment, because I like singing, but I'm not that great of singer in my opinion. I'm not trying to be humble here, but there's so many great singers out there. I don't have that technique, or every once in a while I find a pocket of like certain songs, my voice range and the tone and the mood and the style kind of fits well, but it's sometimes hard to find it. Sometimes I have a hard time finding within my own songs. And so if you have any tips, let me know. But I'm going to do my best on how to break it down to kind of like learn something from Liam Gallagher's singing. So I watched some of his interviews, and he talks about how it might be Noel, or maybe both of them. They're not really like classically trained. They don't talk about music theory. And even Liam said that there's a Marshall amps behind it, and there's no room to try to sound like something good. He just gotta scream it out, and that's his attitude. But one thing that I noticed is, obviously he does this microphone like right on his what do you call this part? Right between mouth and nose. That's how he sings it, and then he sticks his butt backward, and then he raises his chin up like this. And so my theory is that his at least vocal cord opens up more. not optimally for singing, because a lot of classical singers, there's like, you gotta sing like this, blah 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 blah, but he just breaks every rule, right? And so my theory is that at least the vocal cord is open, so at least the air flows pretty well. And when, naturally speaking, when people scream like this. Nobody screams like this, right? And so in a way, that is more natural. But let me kind of, I'm going to sing this song, Stand By Me, which is like, once it gets stuck in my head, I can't get it out of my head because it's a great song. So if I sing it, if I wrote this song, if I sing the way I sing, I would probably sing like this. Made a meal and threw it up on Sunday. I've things to learn. Said I would be leaving one day before my heart starts to burn. Now, obviously, I'm influenced by how Liam sings it, so I have a little bit of phrasing kind of imitating him. But let me actually imitate him like as close as I could. We'll see how this is the part it could become comic bit. Made a meal and threw it up on Sunday. I've got a lot of things to learn. Said I would be leaving someday before my heart starts to burn. Yeah. So what I focus on is when I watch him sing, there are a couple things that I see. He has a microphone right here. Let me actually get a microphone. Kind of handheld, dynamic microphone like this, right? He puts it right here. And if you watch him carefully, he doesn't move his head. A lot of times Mike is on the mic stand, so he is basically, he puts his both hands behind his back, so he doesn't even hold the microphone. And the way he enunciates or the way he pronounces, the way he sings is that he's basically moving the jaw and below. The rest is like almost stationary like this. So he sings with big mouth movement anywhere from microphone and below. That's how he sings it. And I don't know how he came up with it, but it kind of gives the nasal sound going into the microphone. And the other sort of like genius part is that because it's not right in front of his mouth, there's a lot less popping because of the air pops, right? Pop, 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 that one. So that means dynamically it's more compressed. So when he performs live, his voice and his sound is way more consistent. And I think that's very, very clever of him. Maybe one day when he was like rehearsing in his room, this is one way to really cut through the noise of the loud band. But there's a lot, I think, to it, in my opinion. So there's less poppy sound, less pops. It's more compressed because he is using the nasal at the same time as he's singing. And then because he doesn't move as much, he's basically really leveraging this jaw and mouth movement. And he really opens up his mouth big, not like this, but more like downward, like this, which I don't do as much. And when I actually do that, you can understand my pronunciation way easier. So for example, if I just sing, made a meal, threw up on the Sunday, made a meal and threw it up on Sunday. You just notice that I'm not a speaker, I'm a singer. I've got a lot of things to learn. But the way if he talks, I suppose, I actually have a hard time understanding his British accent, but made a meal and threw it up on Sunday. I've got a lot of things to learn. Said I would be leaving one day. So that's how, he's basically saying it. And I think a lot of amateur singers like myself, we don't really have attitude because we try to sound like middle of the road because we don't want to, annoy anyone, or we don't want to, I don't know. It's hard to get the attitude into songs. Maybe it's the confidence. I think it's the confidence. Or some part of it is we're not as developed as a singer, so we don't have a lot of colors or we don't have our own thing. But whenever you look at very distinct singers, they have their own thing. I love Tom Petty, and Tom Petty has this like very nasally too. Same thing with the Gin Blossoms. He's very nasally. I think his name is Robin. Yeah, he has very nasally singing, and that really cuts through the loud band sound. And so I thought you might find this interesting because it does to me. And obviously, I don't want to imitate to sound like him because if I do on my songs, it can be very freaking annoying, right? And in the past, I learned that if I sound like somebody else, it doesn't come out right. It basically deletes my own color and puts someone else's color. But at the same time, music learning person, try to improve my music performance, songwriting, singing. For me, I'm basically learning how to sing like him now, and then eventually turned it into a palette of colors that I could use to my own singing. And so I wasn't planning on this, but let me actually try one of my own song using his technique. What would be a good one? I didn't plan this. Let me try. Rise and shine, today will be a great day. Look into my eyes, I will be my own superstar. Generate rays of light, radiate all around me. I don't know what you guys think. It kind of annoys myself. Actually, I was kind of annoyed while I was singing, but I try to focus on it so my tempo slowed down too. But the one positive thing that came out of this, in my opinion, is that you could probably hear what I'm singing. You could probably understand the words I'm singing better because I did it that way. So that's what I'm just trying to do. I took some vocal lessons long time ago, and finding vocal teacher or style that you want is really hard. I don't want to sound like heavy metal, high pitch, like shouting kind of singer. I'm not that one. So throughout the years, I learned that I just pick up one thing at a time, for just like what I'm doing right now. Will I ever sing like him? If I join Oasis cover band, yeah, I would. But that's not what I'm trying to do. Now, would I learn some attitude from it? I think so. Would I add some, my own attitude into my own songs? I think so too. So that's a win for me. And looking at my songs that I released, what's the good attitude song? I mean, one that I sang, Make It Shine, right? It's about, lighter, make it brighter, make it shine, fill the darkness lighter, make it brighter, make it shine everywhere. Hey, you writer, make it brighter, make it shine, feel the sadness brighter, make it brighter, make it I try not to move my head. I just try to. Let me try one more. I just couldn't go to sleep. Almost 5 a.m. Too many thoughts in my head. Made a pot of coffee. Yeah. So I hope this was at least entertaining. Like I said, if you have any tips for my singing, put in the comment section. I'm going to read everything and I'll try to pick up and learn. If this annoyed you, write annoyed. If you learn something, write in whatever you want to say, learn. But yeah, you can be harsh. I don't get offended that easily. So be honest, be brutally honest, and give me some feedback. All right, thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe. See you next.